Now playing the Hook and Bridge podcast.
I fucking love Kesha. I'm telling you, I'm the worst person to have a podcast. I can barely speak.
Oh my god, I love this!
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the show. I am your host, Harley, joined by my co-host, the other Chris, today. So guys, we have an extremely special guest on today. Several guests on today. We got the whole band, well, minus one member. We got most of the band on. They have a new single out right now called Better Now, and they just did a collaboration with Ryan Cabrera. Please, without further ado, welcome straight from Texas, Like Ghost, guys. What's going on?
What's up, man? Happy
What up?
How you doing?
So first off, I just want to tell you, welcome to the Manic Cat family.
Thank you. Hell yeah.
Let's get it.
Sir. Thank you, sir. Very excited to be here.
Yeah. I have had the privilege of interviewing, I think, just about every artist on their roster now. They're an absolutely incredible company to work with. I'm really happy to see you guys on there. I was super excited when they did the promos of like, hey, we're signing some people, and then they did it on Instagram of like that reveal. I got to see a snippet of your music video there, and I looked up at a lot of your stuff. Chris has looked up a lot of your stuff, and we're big fans, I would say.
Well, thank you.
Let's
guys.
go.
Yeah, appreciate you. I appreciate that, dude.
Chris, I know you are itching to tell them about some of the songs that you've enjoyed today.
Yes. So, guys, we went to go get my wife a new car. So we're in Richmond.
Hell yeah.
Bad accident. We're stuck we made about a quarter mile in an hour and a half. And so I was like, well, hey, let's, we're going to interview these guys this evening. So like, let's check some of their stuff out. First song, banger. Second song, banger. We ended up listening for about 45 minutes, just like, oh my God. My wife would like to know how it feels to know that you guys did Shape of You better than Ed Sheeran. Like, it's in her opinion, it's definitely a panty dropper. So
Let's go.
Let's put it in the
I got to find that out. Hey, it was great. Thank you guys.
All respect to Ed. I'm a huge Ed Sheeran fan. I don't know, man. I guess I wasn't expecting you to say that one. You caught me off guard with the Ed Sheeran one, but
Dude, sometimes it just riffs.
yeah, sometimes it just works, man.
Yeah, I love it. I have to say, I haven't listened to everything you guys have put out, but Break is my favorite. Like that was, dude.
That
like,
is-
man.
I love all our music, but that is probably my least favorite. But that's his favorite, and we always have that debate. So you just gave him more credibility.
Thank
you, sir.
So Gage, what is your favorite song you guys have done so far?
Right now, it's Better Now, dude. That one's my baby. But my favorite's always like probably the most like recent one we've done. I think that's just like, being a musician, you always want to outdo yourself, and you're always stoked about the most recent one. So that's my favorite right now.
It's a much more electronic driven direction for you guys, though.
Oh yeah. We got stories about that too if y'all want to get into that. But yeah,
absolutely. and yeah, we're gonna dive into that whole song in detail. Because it is a transition away from your original sound. You guys were much into the hard rock scene, and this one is definitely more. And to be honest with you, Ryan Cabrera's version that you did with him is also kind of like a tail end of that same kind of sonic influence that you did on this song.
Mhm.
Was that done around the same time?
No, those were done probably like years apart. But I've been pushing for this sound change for a minute, so that might have just been like, my little influence coming in and starting to poke its head out, at the time. But yeah, I think the Ryan Cabrera one was recorded in like 22 or something like that, and then we just we recorded Better Now. Well, I started writing it in September of last year, but we recorded it in January of this year.
So the Better Now, that's your pop influence is what you're going for, right, Gage? You're a pop guy.
100%. Yeah. I don't know if you've done your research or not, but
that's how Ed Sheeran
100%.
happened.
Yeah, no, I've done a lot of research, man. You are super influenced by pop. why the clash between the three of you guys for those genres, right? Because you're more pop, you are more of like the 2000s metal, and I believe Tyler in the back there, you're more of like the 90s guy, right?
Yeah. I'm super like early pop punk stuff.
Yeah. So how do you guys come to that decision making? How does that come across?
We put them in a ring like dogs and let them fight and see who wins.
It's a round-based, turn-based system.
It's like a Pokemon battle.
It's hard, man. It's hard to like, I don't know if you want to speak up on that one, but it's tough, man.
Yeah, no, it's at first, and I think this can kind of dive into how we started the band, and so it was with Gage and I were coming out of a pop punk band, and that had broken up, and I still wanted to play music, and at that time I hadn't talked to Gage in a while, and he had left prior to the band breaking up a little bit, and I had reached out because since that band broke up, I still wanted to play music, and I reached out to Gage to see if he was still wanting to do it and if it was even something that he was passionate about still. And luckily he was. And when I approached him, I had, told him that if we do start a band again, that I did want to change directions a little bit. I wanted to be a little harder. I was being influenced by a little bit more heavier music. I was kind of pulling on more of like I wouldn't say pulling on classic rock influence, but I was kind of bringing that more to the forefront because I was getting into, obviously at the time, who was big, right? It was like Paramore and Fall Out Boy and Senses Fail a little bit, but mainly like in that pop punk scene was All Time Low, Boys Like Girls, Mayday Parade, at that time when we were in that other band. But now I was wanting to play different music along the lines of, and at the time I've been listing the 3 albums that were kind of responsible for that shift, which was Sempiternal from Bring Me the Horizon, Unconditional from Memphis Mayfire, and then Restoring Force from Of Mice and Men. And those 3 albums kind of were like that clean mainstream sound that even those bands were transitioning into at the time, because they were coming out of what they had originated from into that. And I was like, this is really hitting my numbers right now. And I really dig this sound. And that's kind of what I want to do too. And then Gage was like, yeah, dude, let's do it. I'm down for it. And then that's how the first like sound of Light Ghosts had originated.
Yeah. And I was super into it back then too, but I mean, that was, and I mean, I still am to an extent, but that was like 2014, 2015, so it's like 10 years later of doing that. And I started out, writing like pop punk music, and that's kind of where my heart was, and so like eventually I just it just feels like kind of coming home to that and kind of, reinventing our sound to be something a little bit more that's more kind of with my roots, even though it is electronic, which we haven't done before. But I think the pop punk influences is very apparent on there as well. So
yeah, and like going back to kind of answer the question, it's like we all agree and have a discussion. Nobody really like has an ego trip about something and says, no, we're doing this and then that and that's how it is, like it or not, if I can do it or step type of thing. It's never really been like that. And luckily we all believe in something that we each bring forward, right? So like for a while I was writing a lot of the riffs and a lot of the music was sounding the way it did, but like everybody like believed in it and wanted to do it. So it was like, okay, cool. And then now with the recent Better Now switch of sound also too, like that's not really my wheelhouse, but I'm not going to bash on it. I'm going to see, we're going to like respect that vision he's got and that passion, and see how like me, Tyler, Andrew, see how we can contribute to that to make it better instead of trying to hold it back. Right. So that's really how it is.
Was part of that decision amongst all of you guys due to the relevancy now for pop punk? Because pop punk took a massive dip, right, for about 10 years. And now we're seeing this giant resurface. Pop punk, I would honestly say, is probably gearing up to be one of the most popular genres in America for sure. So was that part of that decision making?
It was not. It was really just like where my heart was at. So I was actually going to like leave the band gracefully, amicably, and just kind of like, y'all take everything and we'll do with it what you will. But I was actually working on an EDM record at the time that I was going to do, because I was really into, still am, like Chainsmokers, Millennium, and Said the Sky's record. Sentiment has like the main and state champs and Motion City soundtrack and stuff on it, right? And it's kind of blending that future bass EDM stuff with pop punk, which is, and it's kind of dipping its toe in that water. And I'd never heard anything like it at the time. And I was like, I want to take that and kind of just full send it, and see what happens. And so I was working on that. I was going to bring it to the band, and, if they were cool with it, great. If not, I'll just put it on my own, and, y'all do your own thing. And that's cool. And everything was, there's no bad blood or anything like that. But then we got the Manic Cat deal. And then it was kind of like, okay, well, if we're going to pursue this, then, I want to at least bring some of that influence over here. And that's kind of where it all came from. But it was really just music that I was working on that I was passionate about. And it wasn't, if we can ride that wave, I'm all for it. Let's go. But there was no like, well, this is what's popular right now, or
Sure, yeah.
Like that.
I am a huge fan of that hard rock heavy metal from the 2007 to 2014, 15. Your Godsmacks, your Five Fingers,
there you go, dude.
That's my shit. So
the Saliva intro got me activated, right? When
right. So for me, your older stuff is what I gravitate towards, but I also have such a respect for music in general. And I love the innovation that you've brought with this new song. I think it's really cool, the innovation that comes with influences of that EDM electronic scene. It just opens up a new audio repertoire that you guys may not have in a traditional band. You can do a lot more sonically by incorporating the electronic. I will say I was in a band when I was in high school, and there's this, and I'm sure you guys probably have went through this too. There's this this mentality of when you start adding electronics, you start to lose the authenticity. And I think that we're seeing a massive history of that is much more accepted now than it was even 15 years ago. So let's talk about how you guys got your start in Texas. Tell me about, I know you were in, Andrew, you were in a cover band, right? And is that kind of where it started?
Well, that Andrew wasn't a covered band, but that's Tyler.
Yeah. Oh, is it?
Bass player. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Andrew's not here. He's with his.
Yeah.
Right.
I went through this before we started, man. That's my bad.
It's all good.
We can definitely tell you Andrew's origin story. Without him being here to defend himself.
Right.
So tell me how you guys kind of initiated the band. How did it all begin?
Yeah, I mean, it started out with how Noel was talking. Just he hit me up out of the blue, wanting to, because actually our little pop punk band that we had prior to this kind of ended on a heavier note. That was right when I was getting into A Day to Remember and Sleeping with Sirens and stuff. And Noel had hit me up and wanted me to sing on, hey, let's kind of pick up where we left off there, change the name, and we're going to be a hard rock band. We're not going to be a pop punk band or anything like that, but let's kind of pick up where we left off type thing, right? And then we just kind of hit the ground running. We, at the time, had a drummer that was a friend of his. Unfortunately, we don't anymore. But I mean, it's since the phone call, I think, of hey, dude, let's start a band, to recording our first single. I mean, that was a couple weeks, maybe. We were quick. And then we went to our friend Kevin Gates in Missouri, who did he did all our old stuff for our pop punk band, but he also did stuff like Never Shout Never and The Ready Set. And and then we booked a date with him, and we just went up to Missouri and started recording. And then I think I want to say maybe a year or so later, we dropped our first single ever, and this is 2015, because we were on we used that to get on the 2015 Warped Tour. We were doing the Battle of the Bands with that single or whatever. So, and we won, and we got to play Warped Tour. So we can say that I know they're back together now, Warped Tour that is, they're doing it again. But even before they did that, we kind of caught the tail end where we could say oh, we're a band that's in a Warped Tour, even though we just caught the tail end, So,
right?
Yeah.
So what was it like in those early days? Because like I said, that kind of scene dropped off, you know. So from 2015 to I would say like 2020, so you've got what 5 years where that scene kind of had a massive dip.
Mhm.
What was it like during those years? How was that struggle for you guys? Where did you guys kind of innovate and change a little bit on your end to kind of still stay relevant in the scene?
I mean, we've always been like Warped Tour kids, and that's where our heart's at. And it definitely was like a dip. Like we were the pop punk band we were in prior to this was a much smaller band, but we were playing to like 1,000 kids a night, like in our hometown,
Yeah.
right? And then come to do this band or whatever, and it's like maybe like 100 and like dropping like as it goes, right? To the point where it's like some nights might be, depending on the city or whatever, is like 20 kids, 30 kids, whatever, right? And so like it was a big, like the death of MySpace, the death of Warped Tour, the death of all that stuff that kind of made the scene what it was. Yeah, there was a huge drop off, but yeah, Tumblr, yeah. But there was like, I don't know, man, like there was still bands like Collide with the Sky by Pierce the Veil came out during that time, made them superstars. Super Sirens, like one of my big like heavy influences, came out of that time. Bring Me, obviously, like they were already big, but they hit like their superstardom during that period, So it's like it was still possible, but it definitely was like not as much as it was prior to that or as it is now.
There was like a stagnant shift here specifically with between like pop and metalcore music. It was either one or the other. Like I noticed the pop punk shows, like Gage would say, they'd have like 1,000+ people. They'd pack out the White Rabbit, and the same thing for the heavy shows. They'd do it too. But all the shows that were like a mix of the two, dude, it was like 1/10 of the amount of people for like a couple years. Like it took a while for that to actually build up the scene here.
Right.
I think it's one of those. Well, actually, if I'm being honest, low key, it's a hot take. Y'all ready?
I'm ready.
You even said you're like, yeah, from like 2015 to 2020, and you're right. And what changed in 2020? No bullshit, was MGK dropped tickets to my downfall. And that, I swear to God, bro, like a rising tides raises all ships, man. That's all I'm saying.
Are you saying right now on this show
on the record
that we can thank Eminem for his bullying prowess for how the scene has come back? All of us emo kids Eminem.
I guess it all goes back to Eminem, dude. Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
I'll go on the record on that, dude, because tickets to my down, like, no, I'm not even joking. Like that, I saw a huge shift. I'm actually a huge MDK fan. I really am, unironically, 100%. But like, I saw a huge shift once he started doing, and I mean, Travis Barker was also doing like 20 records at the same time, all pushing that whole Travis Barker kind of saved everything. But I saw once all that stuff started rolling out, I saw a huge shift in everything, and it's only been growing from there. Also, and then when we were young happened, that was like a thing, right, for some time,
right?
And now Warped Tour's back. I think there's also a little bit of the fact that like we're all in our 30s now, or I think at least I mean we are, and most of the people that were into this type of stuff are now, and they have money to spend, and it's nostalgic now, and it's like I don't know. I think nostalgia might play a little part in that too. So.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean,
it's like retro enough to be cool now, if that makes sense. As opposed to in 2015, it's all like, oh well, this was cool for the past 5 years, so I don't like it no more.
Yeah. So honestly, for me, the thing that brought the scene back was the Blink 182 album that came out directly. What was that? 2023. Like
also
I feel
Travis Barker, also 10 out of 10, dude.
Yeah. I feel like that new album, when that came out, I feel like that just pumped those numbers. But I also like their 2016 album when Tom left the band. Dude, that's my favorite Blink album.
Whoa, that's a hot take, dude. My MGK take is nothing.
Yeah.
That's a hot take.
I really
know.
like neighbors already. I have my own hot take, and that hot take is when Adam, what's his name, from 3 Days Grace left the band, and the other singer took over. That's my favorite version of 3 Days Grace.
That's an that might take the cake, actually.
Yeah, dude, because honestly, that's like wild. He's a way bigger hard rock fan than I am, obviously, right? But I love 3 Days Grace, and he's always preaching 3 Days Grace to me. That's like one of his favorite bands. And like, dude, like I think there is no disrespect at all, but like Adam is goated, dude. Like that dude is just like you lose something when you lose Adam, right? And like
Oh, yeah.
he's like, no, dude, that's like them at their prime. Whenever they got, was it Matt, right? Is the other guy? Yeah. And I'm like, dude, I respectfully disagree, man. and I'm not afraid of hot takes. Like I like MGK and shit, right? But like that, like I don't hear it.
Adam's voice to
So-
me is like he could talk, not even sing, and you'd immediately notice that his voice is different than somebody else's. You know?
So the fun fact that I've got about that is the drama that happened right when he left the band. There was this secretive thing that was going on where he was starting a new band, and it wasn't
it like-
announced.
Saint Asonia.
Saint
Saint
Asonia.
something.
So it
I was
wasn't
gonna say
announced.
Saint
It wasn't announced yet, and I'm sitting at Rock on the Range, and there's this mystery guest that's gonna play, right? And it was their first fucking show. And
What?
he went on, and he went on a 10-minute rampage about like, fuck that band. I'm gonna show them who I am. And I was like, damn, this guy really feels the heat on this one. But now he's back, and now they're doing both of them, right? They're both in it.
Yeah,
right?
they have both singers. Yeah.
So I mean, that's like that's got to be the peak, right? For you, you got to say like that's peak
For
3 Days
Are
Grace.
they
now.
touring with like Chevelle and Breaking Benjamin right now or something?
I believe
Who are they touring with?
so.
I know.
No, it's not Chevelle. It's not Chevelle.
I know it's Breaking Benjamin then.
Yeah, it's not Chevelle because
It
they're
was
I
real
thought
on.
Breaking
close to
Benjamin
a
was
tour
on
they
tour
did
with like
before.
Stained and Wage War and shit. No,
Dude,
Stained and Wage War.
that definitely happened
yeah,
though.
that did
That definitely happened.
happen.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because I wanted to
Uh,
go to that show.
but yeah, man, that is an extremely hot take. No,
Yeah.
but California though, it is an extremely hot take as well. And I don't know, man, like the pop influence, and this is where I come back to that, like respecting the genre. The
Right.
pop influence on that album,
Mhm.
that is a well crafted. Like you could have taken that album and given it to a 5 Seconds of Summer or
It's John Feldman, dude.
yeah, it's just a
yeah.
well crafted pop album.
Mhm.
Like it was
Yeah.
perfect.
And I mean, it was a good record. I like it. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, my favorite record of all time, like bar none, is the Untitled Blink-182 record. So
dude, I mean,
that's my
it's
like,
it's a great album.
like yeah, dude. That's the reason I started playing music. So I mean, I can't dethrone that for
Hell
California.
yeah. Hell yeah. So actually that leads me to my next question. Let's go across the room here and talk influences.
Mhm.
So I know you just said that album was super influential to you. What other artists kind of influenced your career as a musician early? So I think from what I
Early, right?
remember,
I was gonna say there's like eras to this shit, right? So
Yeah,
so we're going early.
well, so from what I think I read, you started like singing around like 14, right?
Yeah, like 14, 15, yeah, around there.
Yeah.
I don't even know that was on
So-
the internet. Crazy, but anyway, yeah.
Who said that it is?
Oh shit.
Been doxxed, bro.
So yeah, tell me about the early high school days, man.
Yeah, that was exclusively like I started off on Blink-182 and Fall Out Boy were like my two big ones. It was like the Untitled Blink one and then Court Tree from Fall Out Boy.
Mhm.
Those that, and even Take This to Your Grave too. Those are ones Yellow Card and like Simple Plan, just all the Dickies like wearing pop punk bands from back then. Like, and I got into them probably like 5 years too late. Like Blink was broken up by the time I got into them. You know what I mean?
Right.
But those were all my bands. Then shortly after that, I remember I got more into the emo stuff with like I found Taking Back Sunday. That was huge for me. And then I remember 4 Years Strong. What that first record
Yeah,
was a huge
man.
influence on me. Like I remember because everybody was super into like the MySpace like Job for a Cowboy or like Old Bring Me, like like the Old Bring Me shit, like Count Your Blessings shit, and like that's what people were into at my high school, right? And I was never into it because I was into Blink and Fall Out Boy, right? But I remember when I heard 4 Years Strong for the first time, the Rise or Die Trying record, I was like, yo, like, so you could still be like catchy and like happy, but have breakdowns. Oh, I'm fucking in.
Yeah.
And so like that like early, if we're talking early days, I think I would have to mention 4 Years Strong. Like that was a big one for me. Back then though, like, I mean, I still like 4 Years Strong, but I've moved on to like, EDM and shit. So
We're gonna get to you next, Noel. No,
No,
Nope.
you said it right. Yeah.
it is Noel. See, that's what I thought.
Noel. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I thought so, but I didn't want to be a dick.
Oh no. You're good.
But before I get into that, Chris, we should absolutely get you a Scene Kid wig. I think you'd look good in like one of those like straight
the Spirit
black.
Halloween.
The
like,
Matt Kutchell.
Oh yeah, the
Yes.
the emo's not dead
Yes.
guy. Like the.
Hell yeah, dude. That'd be
I used
funny
to have
as
hair
shit.
like that, dude. So
Dude, he
like,
did. He actually had that hair.
There's definitely pictures of the internet on that. Yeah.
Watch the Hills music video, another cover.
I'm bringing it back, dude.
Anyways, Noel, please.
So I think, and I don't want it to sound like a timing thing because he just died, but like, so I was the biggest Aussie freak when I was growing up, and I remember when my dad, like, I remember the moment too. My dad picked me up from school, and so in San Antonio, anybody who's old enough to remember, there was a classic rock radio station called KZEP 104.5.
I don't even know that.
I don't even know that.
Li-
I thought it was Kiss.
Lylan Hahn in the morning, dude. Anyway. Yeah, so I remember he picked me up from school. I was like in 5th grade, and then like Crazy Train came on. And I was like, oh, this is so cool because he has one of those iconic voices too, right? And
Yeah.
so,
Oh yeah.
like when I heard it, I was like, holy shit, because like I had never really paid attention like to the music on the radio at the time, but I guess that was like my music puberty. And so like I was the biggest Aussie freak, and then that turned into like all of those legacy classic rock bands, obviously, you know, like Zeppelin and Motorhead and AC/DC, right? All of those, the Metallicas, and then going into that, getting older, where you're starting to, you know, get into high school, and like classic rock really isn't cool anymore. You start to want to like, you start to want to like girls, right? And they're listening to Blink-182 and they're listening to Paramore. And so I was like, oh, okay, cool, right? So I always had that classic rock influence, just like that rock, like soul, right? But then also getting into understanding like the, you know, what music also can be. It doesn't just have to be. I did, and I was also so I'm a very what would you call it, like an obsessive personality type. So like I'm super obsessed with Ozzy, right? And that like crafted a lot of my musical influence. And then from there, I got super into Fall Out Boy. And I was like the biggest like Fall Out Boy fan, but mainly because like at the time Joe Troman was my favorite guitarist.
There you go.
I remember watching the Honda Civic tour on DVD, and I was just like, dude, Fall Out Boy, Troman, blah blah blah. And they're like, oh, that's cool, man. You're like really obsessed. So like I bought like the Washburn guitars, and I was just all about it. And then after that, then I just got super into like Memphis Mayfire, and I'm the biggest like Kellen McGregor fan. And so that kind of that's laid out like my musical influence journey ever since, right? I started like with Ozzy, getting into classic rock, moving into Fall Out Boy, and like what you grow up getting to know and what the emo scene is like, and then now transitioning into like the metalcore and being a little more mature with like sound and understanding music a little more to make like, you know, really cool stuff.
Right. It's funny that you talk about that obsessive personality, especially as a guitar player. So when I first started playing, I was obsessed with Matchbox 20. So
Dude,
nice.
Yes.
so I literally replicated Tyler Cook or it's something Cook, the guitar player, right? I replicated his rig. So I was playing all of the exact same equipment that he had, and then I found Godsmack and I got obsessed with Tony Rambola. So now my rig is set up currently. Now I'm into Mike McCready from Pearl Jam. So now my rig is set up for him. But up until 2 years ago, I was literally laid out with everything that Tony Rambola had. I would go on the line and find like his gear and lay it out, and I'd be like, okay, I got to get one of those. I got to get one of those. And like, yeah, I feel like guitar players have a lot more options to get obsessed over.
Yeah, there's like areas definitely to gravitate towards, and like even so much so I'm always hounding eBay, whether it's like for camera gear because like that's what I do now for work, or whether it's for music stuff. And at the time on eBay, when I was just looking up like Washburn guitars, for some reason I think there was like a chunk of Joe's personal collection that he put up for auction. So there was like guitars, there was road cases that like were spray painted FOB and like, you know, like property of Joe Troman type of stuff, like stickers on the thing.
Yeah.
And I bought one of his guitars.
It's so sick.
And so I bought, and you can see it because he plays it on the Honda Civic Tour DVD, and I forgot what song it is, but like it's the song in the set list that he's out in the crowd playing in it, and it was Dance Dance. Thank you. So it's Dance Dance, and
play
so
it? Do you play this guitar still?
I do, and I have it, but I don't play it a
Just-
bunch.
Just real quick, I'll let you do it. But no, I just want to say, like, yeah, if you watch Dance Dance Honda Civic Tour, Fall Out Boy 2007, and then you go and you watch the Light Ghosts, The Hills cover by The Weeknd, same guitar.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah, but there was two of them. There was a baby blue one and then this brown one. And at the time, I didn't have the money for the baby blue one. It was like over $1,000, right? But then for some reason, that brown one came down to like $400, and I
no
bought it.
shit.
Yeah, and so I
That's
bought it, and like
crazy.
it came in his toured guitar case, and it was sick. It's like kind of a trophy of mine that I don't play a lot, but it's one of those like definitely that's like one of the like prized possessions of my influence growing up.
We're all 30. Have we all seen Tenacious D Pick of Destiny?
Oh hell yeah, that's like one of my favorite movies.
So is this your pick of destiny? Is
Oh
this
yeah,
like
that's a
you
great
pick
thing
it
to
up
compare
and
it to. Yeah, definitely.
yeah.
That's my pick of destiny. Yeah.
you also buy a fake Zach Wild guitar?
Oh yeah, and I bought a fake.
Zach Wild, dude.
I bought a Chipson at the time, a Zach Wild camo bullseye.
Yeah.
I didn't know any better, dude. I was like 16, and I saw it at a pawn shop with my mom, and I'm like, oh mom, this is Zach Wild, that's Paul. And like I didn't know they were making Chipsons back then, right? And
That's so funny.
I ended up buying it, and I had it for a while, and then somebody was like, "Hey, bro, you better sit down. This guitar's not real."
Yeah, so for the audience and Chris, because Chris is not a musician. So Gibson Les Paul.
Wait, you say I'm not a musician. I can play hot cross buns on the recorder, okay?
Oh.
That counts. That counts.
Where everybody starts. Like realistically, you ever been in third grade?
I remember when I was in third grade. So a Chipson, so the Gibson makes the Les Paul. Les Paul had this run of specialty guitars. Zach Wild was one of the artists that had a run of these specialty guitars. And in Guitar World magazine, they advertised. I remember the picture, man. You got Zach Wild sitting on an amp, holding this badass guitar, and it's camo, and it's got the famous Zach Wild bullseye on it. I think at the top of the neck, it was like it said like Zach Wild on the little headstock piece.
It was on the back, yeah.
On the back. And then Chipson is like, you know how like your wife will want like a nice purse, like a Kate Spade. We'll go Coach. She wants
Or
Coach,
Chanel,
right? Chanel, yeah.
Yeah.
And you go to like the flea market and you find like a knockoff. So that is that is Chipson.
Yeah. That's the guitar equivalent.
It's budget Gibson.
The only thing that pisses me off though is they still sell those fucking Chipsons
True.
for Gibson prices. They try and trick you.
Sometimes they do. Yeah. Sometimes they'll pull a fast one and they'll get you.
Bro, that's had to have worked on so many people.
So many.
Worked on me,
So
dude.
many, yeah.
One out of 3 people will fall for a Chipson.
For 99 cents a day, guys, you too can help us
And
stop.
prevent Chipson purchases.
Oh shit. So Tyler, let's get to your influences, man.
All right. I guess for me, like at the time, really the only music that I could get into when I was a kid was via my older sisters. And it was literally because I would miss the bus to go to school and my parents wouldn't bring me there. So my sisters would have to. And sometimes I'd legitimately miss the bus on purpose just because like I was finally getting into music. I don't think I really got into music until I was like 13. Like it took me a while, but missing the bus, my sisters would play pretty much exclusively. It'd be like Panic at the Disco, Fall Out Boy, Paramore, Green Day, and The Offspring. Just all pop punk everything.
Those were the girls that Noel wanted to impress.
Yeah, for sure. They're the same generation too.
Those were Chris's wife.
But that was pretty much all I had access to. And I remember at the time, I had that was back when burning CDs was still like a thing. And I remember my buddy. I'm not going to name him because his mom got mad at me. But my buddy asked me to burn him my music because he really liked all the songs that I would show him, but I could only show it to him via sitting in the car, So I burned him a CD, and the very first song was I Write Sins by Panic at the Disco. And I remember going over to his house like 2 or 3 days later, and his mom wanted to talk to me for some reason, and she never wanted to speak to me like ever. And she sat me aside and was just like, I don't appreciate the music that you brought into this household, like stern, like very stern, but not like mad like you would be at a kid. But she was like, but the music's good. I'll give you that.
Just 'cause that one was-
But my son ain't gonna listen to it, and gave me the CD back, and I was like, bro.
Did you turn around and close the goddamn door?
Little did she know that
Dude, I
WAP was
would.
going to be a thing.
At that age, you were afraid of parents. So I was like, bro, if I give her attitude, she's gonna tell my mom.
You just look at her and you just look at her and you're like, I chime in.
Objection.
Oh shit, that's funny as hell, man. That brings up a good talking point here. Let's go around the room. Let's start with you, Chris. We've all burnt CDs. Have we all burnt CDs for a lady? Did you ever do a mixtape?
I don't think I never did.
No, I've never done one for a lady. No, never.
Really?
Surprisingly, no. Yeah.
I also haven't either. Everything I'd get was already in the CD stack.
I would get them from ladies. I was
I've definitely like played guitar like for girls and stuff.
Wait, that's a
Like,
lie
you know,
because I've
but-
gotten a burned CD from this band before I was a member.
Yeah, but that was
Oh,
like
yeah.
that was marketing. That was marketing.
Well, I guess that just leaves me then. I definitely burnt a CD for my wife when we
Hell,
were.
I was just
when
about
we
to
were
ask, did it
dating.
work?
Nice.
But she's your wife now, so it worked.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It was more out of necessity. So I had a car that just had a CD player. So it was like, let's burn 30 songs that we both like, so that when we go on trips, we have like a CD that we can listen to and not argue about the radio.
Dude, girls at my high school that those days they had like the CD changers where they had like 16 CDs loaded and you
Oh,
could like
yeah.
select. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah,
I did.
dude.
I'm not a Rockefeller, Gage.
Oh, rock. Well, neither am I. But I didn't even have a car in high school, brother. But the girls did.
Bro, that's kind of crazy. The 100% success ratio between the five of us. The one guy who's burned a CD for a girl and they're married. Wild.
We should have done that. dude.
100% success rate.
Oh, that's funny, man. So I have this fun game for us. I are you guys cool? Do you have anywhere that you have to be? I don't want to hold you
No,
up.
we're super cool, dude.
Okay, fuck yeah then.
That's
Okay.
Are you cool, man?
Are you cool, man? Are you cop? Are you a cop?
Are you about to offer me drugs, dude?
You have to legally. You have to tell me if you're a cop. I think that's in it.
Is that like a real thing? It's in every movie.
No, no, not at all. I think Chris and I can both tell you from experience. No, that is not true.
No.
By law, you have to tell me if you are or are not cool.
Your Honor, he lied to me. Arrest him.
Your Honor, he is in fact not cool. So this game is called Mixtape, and we use this for up and coming artists as a way to kind of introduce your audience to some fun answers to give a little more insight to your personalities. Have you guys ever played Cards Against Humanity?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the music version of Cards Against Humanity. So basically, there will be a prompt. You answer with the title of a song. So you can take the serious road, which nobody ever does, or we can take the funny route and just give the funniest answer.
So I have
So-
to think of songs in real time.
In real time.
Oh, we're fucked. dude.
Brother.
But so the order we'll go is I'll ask, we'll start with Chris's answer, and then that'll give you guys time to think.
Okay.
All right.
You're on the spot, Chris.
Chris, let's break for a moment. Chris. Well, not actually break, but for the audience, Chris, this is your first interview.
This is my first
Oh,
interview.
is it?
No
Dude,
way. You're doing
hell
pretty good,
yeah,
dog.
dude.
Nice, nice.
Look, thank you guys, because like I've bought maybe a dozen songs since I started looking into you. Never heard of you before until Harley said, yeah, we're going to have them on. Like I have not been disappointed with a single song. So thank you guys for,
Oh, wow, thank
being
you.
my first.
Dude, thank you for being here.
We
For
ain't
real.
pleased.
Thank you guys for being gentle and slow with Chris.
Gentle. Hold on.
All right. So the first question I've got here, what song most reminds you of your spouse or girlfriend, boyfriend?
Oh,
I got
my girlfriend and I do have a song.
Hell yeah. I got
I would
one.
have
I
to-
got one.
I would have to say My Neck, My Back by Kia.
On the funny ground, huh?
Oh shit. So who wants to go first?
I got another funny one, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, you go, dude. With the
Dude, it's not by a band though, but it's by an artist technically.
Is it Cardi B?
Nah, I don't know who the artist of it is, but
Is
you'll
it
all
WAP?
know what it is. It's the Wii Shop music. The doot 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 doot. Because every time I see her doing anything at home, it's like it's got a background just soundtrack.
That actually, just hearing that reminds me of Tyler's girlfriend. So I'd say that's accurate.
All right. Who wants to go next?
I mean, dude, like I'll bring the funny on the next one, but I'm gonna be serious. Like I gotta go with I Caught Fire by The Used because like that's like that was like it like played like on one of our first dates or whatever, and like that's always been like a staple, you know. So I'm gonna go with I Caught Fire by The Used. So
That was the most genuine soft thing I've ever heard Gage
yeah,
say.
dude.
Um,
I'm a big softie, man.
shout out Dan Whitesides and The Used. We just had him on last night.
There you go. See, that's why I did that. There you go.
Mine is "Ain't Nothing About You" from
Is that really
From Brooks and Dunn.
from Brooks and Dunn, dude. Yeah.
Yes.
Dude, okay, cool.
Wow.
So you didn't tell me that. So this guy hits me up and he's all like, hey, because we're always doing covers for marketing, right? Ergo, Ryan Cabrera and Panda Drop and Ed Sheeran and stuff. Anyway, so he hits me up and he's like, oh, well, we should cover Brooks and Dunn, Ain't Nothing About You, right? And I'm a huge 90s country fan. So I'm just like, dude, this song, all of us are like, yeah, this song rips, badass. But I didn't know that it was y'all's song, though. That like adds a whole nother dimension. You know what I mean?
Guys, you guys gotta do it. That'd be fucking awesome, man.
Obligated.
You got to do the guitar line, the
You should see about doing it with Brooks from Brooks and Dunn.
Oh, dude, they're millionaires, dude. I don't know about that one.
Hey, we'll make it happen.
I think
Yeah,
I
force
think
it.
Ryan Cabrera, or at least combined with Alexis, probably a millionaire. I mean, we could, and plus, like South Texas loves country, right? So I mean, we might be able to get old Brooks and Dunn to hang out with us. I don't know.
Hey,
That'd be
man,
cool.
I'll put it into the universe. We'll send this clip over.
I'm all
Yeah.
for
Speak it into reality.
Catch
That's
the
right.
2026 Brooks and Dunn and Light Ghost tour, dude.
Brooks and Ghosts.
Brooks and
Holy shit! I am not even gonna say what I had on my mind. Never mind. So mine is my wedding song. Well, I don't know. I guess I have two. So our wedding song is More Than Words, by Extreme. But our
was that on the mix CD?
it sure was. But our actual like song,
This is why it works.
our actual song is a song by Pearl Jam that was on The Last of Us recently.
Oh, I remember. I've never played the game, but I watched the show in its entirety, and I know the scene you're talking about. Yeah,
she's gonna kill me. I'm blanking.
she is.
On,
You should have just left it at the CD song.
yeah, I'm blanking on the name of it, but it's like If I Ever Was to Lose You.
I think that's what it's called, though. If I ever was to lose you, I think it is that.
It's something like that. But that's like our song. That was like our date song. I have a Pearl Jam tattoo because of it. So yeah, that's my answer. I also took the serious route.
You got to, man, because when you bring the girls into it, man, you got to be serious. You know what I mean?
Well, Chris's was serious
You
as well.
asked the song for my father. I got different answers.
So
Listen, I
So,
think we all might be best friends by the end of this. I'm not even lying.
I
We're
hope
not
so.
already. What the hell?
Chris?
So I did choose a funny answer, and I actually had to Google it because I didn't know the name of that song. But we talked about this the first episode. Mine and my wife's song is "This Is For Real" by Motion City Soundtrack.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Like
I
that's,
forgot about that.
that's our song. But,
Oh, it's Future Days by Pearl Jam, by the way.
Oh, dang.
That one sucks. We'll do a different one. Oh, okay. What was your senior prom song?
I actually
didn't
didn't
go
go to my prom,
me either.
so I don't.
Yeah, I'll give a couple runners up. I also did not go to senior prom, right? But I was always going to all the dances and stuff as a freshman. I like tried to drop out after junior year, bro. Like to be honest with you. But the underclassmen stuff I went to. And I remember I danced with a girl I had a crush on, and you're gonna like this. It was "Far Away" by Nickelback.
No
Yeah,
shit.
dude. That was, I remember, dude, they played that and I was dancing, slow dancing. Dude, yeah, good memories, dude. And the other one that comes to mind is Soldier Boy, dude. Crank
Oh
that.
yeah, crank that.
I
I'm
think
probably,
the
Far
only
Away.
dating myself, but yeah, that was cool when I was in high school.
Far
I think
away
the
for
only thing I
far
really
too
liked,
long.
this song played like 5 times at my prom was just Airplanes by B.O.B. and Haley Williams. And like
Nice.
whoever was in charge of that soundtrack just kept playing that
Dude,
song.
you feel so much younger than me because I was like, damn, graduated. Like I was well into my adult life when that song came out.
What was ours? Ours was they played Sandstorm a lot. Cotton Eye Joe, dude. I grew up in Ohio. So, dude, Cotton Eye Joe played so much every day. It was Cotton Eye Joe.
What is it, like the electric slide they play like at every school
yeah,
dance?
Yeah.
They play
Right
that
foot,
every
left
like
stomp.
dance
Right foot,
ever.
left stomp.
Bro, that's like included in every wedding that happens
Dude,
every
we should
day.
cover that.
It would be funny. Or like what was that other one? The Wobble. They played the Wobble like crazy when I was in school.
That one.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see here. Do any of you have children?
Yeah, I got 2 step kids, a boy and a girl.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Then this one will work. What song plays as your last child leaves the nest? So you're officially empty nesters.
That was hard.
Jesus Christ.
Get Out by JoJo.
I'm gonna go on both of them. Thanks for the Memories by Fall Out Boy, because they legitimately both love that song, and it's fitting for the subject matter. So there you go, dude.
There you go.
I
What
need
about-
you to like give me stuff that's just like the questions need to be based on like us, you know what I mean, and not like, because like I got to be serious to everybody else, because if they're like, oh, well, you answered this, like, you know, you answered Soldier Boy when they asked like why you love me.
The
Chris,
MLA formatted essay says right here.
Chris, I know you've got to have an answer for this one.
After all the years that they'd have put me through, it'd have to be Fight for Your Right, Beastie Boys.
Okay,
Now
all
it's
right.
time to party.
That's a good one.
Let's see here. Oh, here we go. Best road trip song.
Oh, I got this one.
Life is a Highway.
No. Higher from Van Halen.
Higher from Van Halen, not Higher from Creed. Higher from Van Halen.
Oh, both are good hires.
Well, both are good hires. But so story about that one.
You want to be the Gold Ranger?
I want to be the Gold Ranger, Tommy. So, so I'm a huge Power Ranger freak,
Mhm.
and you can put that on the record. I love Power Rangers, and like not in a weird way, but like in a
Dude, I
you
thought
know.
you were about to like show a tattoo or something.
I love Power
No.
Rangers. Here's all of them.
No, I'm just like a huge Power Ranger fan, right? Because we grew up with that. We were like Power
Yeah.
Ranger fucking freaks when we were kids, right? And so I just kind of like got back into it for some reason in my adulthood. And at this particular time when Gage was telling the story about going up to Missouri to see the producer Kevin, there was like 7 of us crammed in a Ford Escape, which at the time those Ford Escapes were not very big. So 7 guys in a car plus the equipment is like a feat
That's
of like
tight.
modern technology, like a
Yeah.
modern marvel, right? So we make it up there anyway on one of the trips, whether it was to and from, I don't remember, but we had just finished watching like the Power Ranger movie.
The
And at
first
the
one
end-
with
yeah,
Ooze?
the Power Ranger movie because we don't talk about Turbo. And
Yep.
so yeah.
Wait,
So-
whoa, hold on. You didn't like Turbo?
Not the movie. Turbo was
No?
all right as a series.
Dude,
The
you
didn't
said
like
that
the
with
movie's
hate.
kinda
You
weird.
said that with some hate in it. Not
You
that
didn't
one.
like the little kid and the fucking
God.
car
No,
Megazord?
dude. No, and I get it. I get it why they did it because that hits him as a kid. He told me why, and I was like, okay, I never thought about it that way. All right, I get it. But yeah,
They're marketing to the demo, dude.
Yeah.
The first
I
one
know.
is the pinnacle, though. I agree.
Yeah,
That first
it is.
movie is so good.
yeah. And so at the end, they play Higher from Van Halen. and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh fuck, like the fireworks are going off. The little kid's like, "Hey, Tommy, maybe I could be the Gold Ranger one day." And then he's just like, "Yeah, maybe." And and it's just the end of the movie. Fucking fireworks. Thank you, Power Rangers, and it was badass.
It's a great movie, dude.
And I
I
was
love
like,
that
"Oh
movie.
shit, dude, this is Van Halen." Because
I
you
could be
like
the
you
gold Power
recognize parts of movies as a kid, and then in your adulthood, you're like, "Oh shit, that was Van Halen," or like, "Oh wow, that was like a random Michael Jackson song or something like that," right?
Yeah.
It's like, so I was like, "Oh shit, that was Van Halen." So I went back and listened to it, and that song rips.
What's the song from the beginning of that movie when they're skydiving?
Free ride, dude.
Yeah.
That sounds
Yeah,
Free
yeah,
Ride.
yeah.
Free Ride. Come on, take a free ride. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man.
But anyway, I bring that up and I say that as a road trip song because we listened to it like going back home, and so for me that's like a vivid memory of being
Yeah.
on the road and just fucking cranking that song.
Hell yeah, man. I love that.
That's my choice. Yeah.
The first time I ever heard Van Halen was that exact occasion. And my
Whoa,
dad,
wait.
dude, I was like 6, man. Chill out.
Oh, okay.
Also, too, hot take. My favorite version of Van Halen is the Sammy Hagar version.
That's what I was gonna say, bro. So my first time hearing Van Halen was Higher at the end of the Power Rangers movie, and my dad was so disappointed because he was like, "Dude, that's not Van Halen. Sammy Hagar's not Van Halen. It's David Lee Roth, dude." And I was like, "I'm 6. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about."
That's wow. What that you're full
Dude,
of hot
you
takes,
like
dude.
the Matt version of 3 Days Grace. You like the Sammy Lee Hagar Van Halen, dude.
I'm a walking red flag, dude.
Dude.
Bands only get better when their original singer leaves to Noel.
All right, dude. Well, I'm on my way out.
And you know
dude.
what? I like Tommy as the White Ranger instead of the Green Ranger. How's that for a hot take?
Yes.
I think that's a pretty cold take. I think everybody thinks that. But
Oh man.
I like Tipping Thunder, dude. Oh, sorry, guys. Anyway,
No,
so
no,
Highway Song
absolutely.
is Higher by Van Halen
Oh,
to round the point home.
Tyler, is your answer also higher?
Dude.
Yours is gonna be the other one. Yours is Creed's higher.
Nah. Oh, dude, that would be the best. Mine's like one
No,
that
yours
I actually.
is this home and now.
Oh my god. If there's anything they're never safe from me from, it's just Creed reels. But like on a real level, the song that's always playing whenever I go on like road trips with the boys, it's literally "Send Me on My Way" by Rusted Root. The whole like
Rusty
bring it back to Ice
Root.
Age, man.
The
way.
Ice Age one, yeah.
On the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like used as a meme, but then it's like unironically a good song, and we leave it on.
I've got one that it's Stacy's mom, right?
Oh, there you go.
But the reason being is because evidently my mom is hot, apparently, right? And so all my boys in high school, every time we went on a road trip, they would always tell my mom was hot and put on Stacy's mom and change it to Gage's mom and sing it to me. I've got videos of like
Of your mom?
freaking like
That's
15,
crazy.
20, 25, 30, like all my like ages and stuff of people like screaming that song at me. That's Gage's mom has got it going on. Yeah. So, and I know
PR
it's
for
on
your
every
mom
road
right
trip
now
it
goes
happens.
crazy.
So I'm going to go with that one.
Chris,
Gage.
for research.
Gage, where's the proof? do you have a picture of your mother? Respectfully.
I'm going to withhold that
Respectfully.
information there, brother.
You withhold that information, but you tell everybody about it.
I'm illustrating what, because if the people just scream at me, Stacy's mom, that's not going to make sense unless I get the backstory. That's the only reason I said that, dude.
That is a great answer though. For a road trip, that's a great answer. Chris,
Marketing
what's
goes crazy?
Chris, what's your answer?
So the time in my life that my family went on road trips was a shift. It went from Shania Twain and Toby Keith to early 2000
dude.
gangster rap. Like it was like
That's
flipping a
fucking shit.
switch. So
Hell yeah, dude.
anything early 2000s gangster rap. Getting lost in Tennessee on a road trip.
Did you ever listen? Speaking of, let's combine the worlds here of like 90s rap and 90s country. Ever listen to Over and Over Again by Tim McGraw and Nelly? Because I did.
Yes.
Oh, of course.
Dude.
No, I listened to it over and over and over again. Oh shit. Dude, I'm just full of the worst puns, guys. My comedy's so lowbrow. I'm sorry. How about your favorite 80s anthem?
Oh, okay. Like cliche, but it's fuck. Can't even think. The Journey song. What's the Journey song? Help me out. The main one. Don't Stop believing.
Don't
Thank you.
Stop
Anyway.
Believing.
Yeah. Yeah, because there was in our old pop punk band, like, you know, a lifetime ago, they had the venue that we always played. They had an 80s night that we participated in. And it was just like one song you had to do or whatever. But we did Don't Stop Believing by Journey. And I played bass and sang in that band at the
Oh,
time.
hell yeah.
And I completely lapsed on the bass and like forgot. And I was just like singing it. But it didn't even matter, bro, because it was everybody was just, you know, climbing on the walls and screaming it. Like, you know, so I like that. That's my 80s anthem is Don't Stop Believing. 100%.
Mine's also Journey, but it's separate ways because there was like I used to work in a skate shop for a couple years, and there was a music video, and I'm forgetting, or not a music video, a skate video. I'm forgetting who it was that did it, but his whole thing was like parkour with skating, and he did separate ways, and I thought that was the coolest shit ever because you'd see him backflip down a 10-step staircase and land on another board, and with that riff in the background, it like unlocked a new portion of my brain chemistry.
Separate Ways, I believe, was on the Rocky IV soundtrack.
It might have been.
Yeah.
I just assumed all of the Rockies just had Survivor. I thought everything was Survivor.
No, I think that one was the one where they didn't. Where there was no Survivor.
Are you sure it wasn't Separate Ways Survivor's version? Is it like a Taylor Swift situation where they just cover
I
everything?
think I might be getting Survivor and Journey mixed up. I think I'm getting my bands mixed up.
You're senile. You're old.
Yeah, I'm senile, dude. Talk about Power Rangers, dude. All my energy just.
How did you feel? Actually, how did you feel about the new Power Rangers movie?
The Forever one, the Forever Noise.
No, not that one.
2017.
The 2017. Yeah.
It was an interesting take. They're aliens, which I mean,
yeah,
I know that's where the grid is, right? But it was an interesting take. I kind of had to look at it kind of subjectively. I mean, is it very good? No, not really. Is it canon? Maybe. But would I watch it again? Probably not.
For me, it was like the equivalent of the first Transformers movie. Being a diehard Transformers fan and then seeing that movie, and you're like, "That's not the fucking story, guys."
Well, they said, yeah. I mean, they definitely set it up to try to do a what is it? What do you call
Cinematic
it?
universe?
Yeah. They try to set it up that way where they do a franchise.
Yes,
where they try to do a franchise, but then they never followed up to it because at the end credit scene, there's a fucking you're waiting on Tommy, right? And they have the whole green power coin thing that Rita is. They set it all up.
Right.
But then with no follow up, it really does kind of feel like the first Transformers where there's more questions than answers.
Yeah. And then in another 5 years, we'll get the second one. And it's like,
well, apparently there's that there's that Netflix series that's going to come out.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How did you feel about speaking of Tommy? How did you feel about that death? Did that had to hit you hard, right?
It definitely was really sad because that first team is just Trini's gone right now, and now JDF, and there's a couple other Power Rangers along the way that have passed too. So it's kind of strange having these people you watch as a kid like pass away in such a from such a wholesome thing. I watched that documentary piece on HBO about the stars with kind of a troubled past and all that, and it dove into how he had all of this like depression, and he was on stuff, and he was like really battling it, and while giving this really positive perception, and you had no idea, and it was really sad to watch because they did like that whole the whole latter 30 minutes of it was just kind of about him a little bit.
Right.
I was like, that's crazy. So it was definitely sad. One of the goats gone too soon.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. On a lighter note, though, let's do one more. Maybe. Okay, this is a good one. This is a great one, actually. Your summer montage song. So the song that like in a funny like comedy movie, there's the montage. Think of like Wet Hot American Summer. Like, what's your summer montage song?
Oh, I'm ready.
That's-
I'm already
okay,
ready.
Go ahead.
Right Now by SR71.
Oh, SR71. Okay. All
Dude,
right.
back in the day, that's like one of the first songs. Like, you know, when you pick up a guitar and you're trying to teach yourself how to play a guitar, that's one of the first like riffs that I ever like figured out how to play. And I was like, dude, this is the coolest shit. Like, I was comparing that to like, because Blink 182 riffs, they're not hard because they're technical. They're hard because they're playing like rhythm and lead at the same time. And it makes it just like a clusterfuck of moving where your hand position is. And I was learning how to play that song and I was like, oh, this is exactly the same way, but it sounds cooler than Blink. And now I feel good about myself.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with 1 Week by the Bare Naked Ladies.
Yeah, it's a band.
1 Week.
That's a good one.
I'd probably have to go with. That's a good one. I'm gonna probably say Smooth from
Santana.
Santana, Rob Thomas.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
That's a
haven't.
good-
So I haven't gotten to listen to that song in almost 10 years. It was my wife's grandma, or no, her aunt. It was my wife's aunt's funeral song. So she can't listen to it. So every time it comes on, I skip it for her. So I haven't listened to that song in like 10 years, but I loved that song growing up.
Oh, it was a great song. It was a huge hit. I remember that song playing like vividly as a child and all
Yeah.
that stuff. And it's just such a good. It's just
I love
such a good like. So it's like just
Yeah.
the way Santana throws licks.
I was gonna say I
Great.
love Santana, man.
Yeah.
Every Santana song's great.
Yeah,
Even
Dude,
the
that's
one
a
that he
pretty
did
badass
with Chad Kroeger from Nickelback
He
is
loves that song.
what song was that?
That's oh no, I was thinking of the Chad Kroeger song. What was it? Hero, but no, actually give me a funny story about that. So that song, so I'm thinking, why don't you and I get together, right?
yes.
So
yeah.
that song though, it drove me crazy when I did a deep dive on it, like thinking about it. Oh yeah, I like that song. Let me pull it up. Because there's two versions. There's the version with Chad Kroeger, and there's the version with the guy from what's that song? What's that band? If I could, then I would. I'll go wherever. No, anybody? All right,
I don't
no.
remember.
Oh no. Yeah.
Anyway,
hold on.
so- yeah, it's like the something.
Is that
There's-
Lifehouse? Is that Lifehouse?
No, it's the something. I know that for sure. I don't have my phone on me, but anyways, yeah. So if anybody knows,
I know the song, but I have no idea who wrote it.
I
yeah.
would give.
I'll go wherever you will go, way up high or down
Or down low.
Anyways, he's got two versions. One's with Chad Kroeger and
The
like
Calling.
The
It's the
Calling. Yes, the radio one was with the guy from The Calling. And it's like it's crazy because you could have sworn it was Chad Kroeger, and there is a Chad Kroeger
Yeah.
version, but the one on the radio was the one with the guy from The Calling. Crazy.
I did not know that.
Yeah, dude.
No
Yeah.
shit. That
And
just
it
blew
drove me
my
crazy,
mind.
man.
Damn, that just blew my mind.
Mhm.
I'm after this. I'm going to look into that. I did not know that.
Yep.
Whose turn was it?
I think we all went.
I got a second one. I'm Blue by Apple 65. Just because
Oh, dude,
Big
that's
Fat
a-
Liar. There's literally a
I love Big
montage
Fat
to
Liar,
that
dude.
in Big Fat Liar, and that's just lived in my brain since
This
I was
entire
a kid.
podcast is just like 90s kid shit, dude.
Hell yeah.
That's gonna be the title. 90 kids shit. What about you, Chris? What's your summer montage song?
It's gonna be "I'm on a Boat" by the Lonely Island, and it's me on a John boat, duct taped together.
I'm surprised
that's
it's not. I'm surprised you didn't go with like "Dick in a Box."
That was last summer.
It's a different Lonely Island song every summer.
Every summer's a different
Pretty Oh fuck, man, guys, this has been a blast. Like truly, you guys are awesome. This is so
Thanks,
fun.
man.
I mean it. I think we're all. This is a good friend group. If you guys are ever on the East Coast, man,
I will be there,
please, yeah.
Please,
Um,
if you have a
so
show,
you guys-
let me know.
are you guys getting ready to do a new EP?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
heard rumor. So
Oh yeah, okay. So round it back. we're making an EP. We're a very serious band writing a very serious record right now. So
From Dick in a Box to serious EP talk. Let's get it.
Hey, we're
Yeah,
actually very
we're-
respected in the industry. So
Better Now. It's first single. Second single comes out It's called Wish You the Best on September 19th. And we are aiming for an October release for the actual EP. We will also be on tour in September, hopefully in y'all's neck of the woods. But
fuck yeah, man. That's awesome. Hopefully coming out with some other Manicat artists.
Well, this first tour is actually just us, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think if we do any hometown shows for some of the Manicat artists, they might hop on.
Yeah.
But the tour itself is just us. Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. That's awesome. I do have something I would like to send you guys. So I write songs too, and I'm actually working on an album. And I would love to get your opinion on this song that I just finished up. So,
oh yeah, dude, send it our way.
Yeah. Bring it.
Yeah, hell yeah. All right, well, everybody, thanks for listening, and like Ghost, go check out all their shit, man. You guys have an incredible catalog. Chris and I are huge fans now, and everybody go check out all of their stuff. It's available everywhere. So
everywhere.
Thanks for
everywhere if you spell it right,
except Touch Tunes.
Yes,
everywhere except Touch Tunes if you spell it right, because this is a common thing. So it's like LIKE Ghosts. That is plural. GHOSTS. Okay, it is not like Ghost. It is not light Ghost. It is not like Ghost. What else have we been called?
Those would be the three main
culprits. This happens a lot more than you would think.
Just
I
now
found that out for
that
myself.
that brings up an interesting question. Has anyone ever come to your show decked out like Papa from the band Ghost, like in the full satanic Pope outfit?
No, and you are the only other person to ever bring that up besides my uncle. He has like the joke. He's like, "Well, you're not Ghost, but you're like Ghost or whatever." That's the yeah, whatever, Theo.
Your uncle's hilarious.
I've got an uncle who made that joke, but you're actually the only other person I've ever heard kind of make that connection.
Yeah, I mean that would be. I would think that would become a common like. Oh, I'm gonna go see this band that I.
Well, it shouldn't, because it's ghosts.
Yeah, yeah.
But everybody thinks we're like Ghost.
Are you any of you guys fans of Ghost?
I am. One of my favorite songs is Rats.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I think I'm the only one that actually has would identify a Ghost song.
I've never even listened to them.
I was about to say I can't.
Do yourself a favor.
I can't speak to that. I've never listened to Ghost, to be honest.
I highly recommend, especially for you, Gage, because you're so into like pop music.
Mm-hmm.
I highly recommend their later stuff.
Okay.
They had such a massive change the last like 3 or 4 years.
I've seen the memes. I've seen the memes about like the sparkly pop shit, but they look metal or whatever. Like, so, like, it sounds like something I'd be into, but I've just never listened to them. So.
It's like Rats and then like Mary on a Cross.
Yeah, Mary on a Cross.
Oh my God,
is a great one.
them? I've heard that.
Yeah.
Oh, I lied. I have heard them.
But their old stuff, like the Ritual album, sounded so much like Blue Oyster Cult. Like that's how I got into them. I was like, dude, I love this. This sounds like good classic rock. And then they just completely changed. I was like, okay, it's still cool. Like Squarehead's a great song. Like Mary on a Cross is a great song. Dance Macabre is a great song. Like, but it's not the same. Like they're completely different bands. It's wild.
Hell yeah.
So,
I'll teach you.
all right, guys. Well, hey, thanks for hanging out. You guys are welcome anytime. Literally,
anytime you want to have us, let us know. We're in.
Next summer, I'm waiting for that other Lonely Island pick.
All right, guys. Have yourselves a wonderful night. Again, everybody, go check out Like Ghosts, and hopefully, when you guys are on tour, we'll come out and see you.
Thank you.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. I'll see you guys later.
All right.
All right, Chris. That was your first interview, man. Great job.
Dude, those guys are awesome.
They really are. That was great.
And I hate to say this, their music is better. Like,
oh yeah, yeah,
dude,
absolutely. Yeah, everyone should check them out. They're so cool. They're so cool, man. So normally at the end of the shows, Taylor does the promo. I always mess it up, but I'm gonna do it. I don't want to throw you on the spot like that.
I need to
So
write it down and like go stare in the mirror and like say it a million times.
I think I might just clip her promo at the end and just add it to the end of every episode.
We need to do a recording where it's like Elmo's voice saying it, you know.
Yes, yes. I love that.
Or Schmelmo. There we go.
Schmelmo. So anyways, if you guys like today's episode, go ahead and hit that notification bell on whatever, I think that's YouTube. Give us a like, subscribe. If you can, go to the Instagram, give us a follow. Right now, what I'm really pushing for is reviews. If we can get some reviews on Apple podcasts, that would help out tremendously. So if everybody could go on there and just do a quick review of the show, say how much you love us, say something nice about Chris. Dude, since you have come on the show, this is not a joke. Since you have come on the show, our show has grown 30%. You have impacted the show 30%.
We're like rabbits.
So thank you, Chris's family, for the listens. I really appreciate that. Oh man. All right. Well, I have a lot of things to go do. So I guess, Chris, it's been awesome hanging out with you, man. I didn't get to see you much today.
No, I was not there. I am if you can't tell, I'm babying the shoulder. It is
Oh.
Yeah, my shoulder is pretty muffed up. Yeah, it's bad.
How, are we talking like surgery bad?
Oh, well, no. Well, patient first just says, ice, hot water. I've got a heating pad and ice, and yeah, it's
a massage.
No, God, no, no. My wife tried that. No, I've probably taken too many naproxen today, just like a leave. You know what I mean? Like it's
yeah. Well, I hope you feel better, man. That sucks.
Yeah, it does. Good news, it's my left hand, so my left shoulder.
So still get to do a lot of that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Painting. Doing a lot of painting.
This is why we can't just have a show together, man. We need a buffer. It's just going to be dick jokes for 30 minutes.
That's my life.
All right. Well, I'm going to get off here and go. I guess I'm going to go to Walmart. So.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Good luck.
So it's been real, everybody, and peace.
Peace.
All right, man.